where do you begin and where do you end on this one? First of all, the players, they've been through a lot this year. It's been a bit of a grind, and the league is so competitive. Teams play so hard, so physically, and this team's been through some real adversity, but continue to get up off the mat and compete and buy into a scouting report, and just an incredible job. And so I'm so happy for the players. Happy for Wendell, to have bounced back after a couple of tough outings. Jay Will's just been a rock. 7 assists, no turnovers, and 8 rebounds. I mean, what an incredible, senior night it was for him, and hope this is not the last time we see him. Al was really, really good and did a lot of things, so happy for Al, proud of it. And again, hope those guys get back. Part of the reason we won the game was because Tennessee didn't score a field goal in the last 6 minutes. And we finally guarded at the end of the game. And Zep Jasper had a lot to do with it. Zep stayed in there and did an unbelievable job on Vescovi. It was interesting because, you think you'd put Wendell on him because of the size factor, and hey, Wendell went in there and guarded Phillips, and put my smallest guy on a 6'8" guy, and we held him without a field goal for 6 minutes. That's why we won the game. Our staff, again, I talked about the job that Wes Flanagan did with Chad Pruitt for that Alabama game. To put 77 or 79 on Tennessee, man, it's hard to do against a Rick Barnes coach team. They're so solid defensively, so physical. Stephen Pearl had a great game plan. And I got, you guys, for those of you that come to practice and watch me on the bench, Mike Burgomaster is the offensive coordinator for this program. There is no such thing as an offensive coordinator in basketball, but there is at Auburn. And, Stephen, Mike, and myself, we worked hard to develop this game plan offensively, dealing with the best defense in the country. Hold people to 56 points. Field goal percentage defense at 35%, 25% from 3. And, to be able to get 8 threes and shoot it to percentage, and, to be able to shoot 55% in the second half, and it's good stuff. Janai's a factor down in there low, and he's a real factor in the game. And, Wendell was obviously, terrific scoring. So just a great win. Last thing I know, you guys have no questions. 20 wins matters. 20 wins matters. Only been happened. I think this is the 4th time it's happened. I think it's the 5th time maybe in the last 6 years. I'm not sure. Man, we care about making history. We do. And so this team made history. Now heading into postseason, I told our guys, I said, look, one team wins the league. One team, and that's Alabama. They won. The other 13 didn't. Then the rest of it is about tournament. It's all about tournament play now. It's about postseason now. What kind of seed can you get? What kind of position can you put yourself in to be advanced in postseason play? That's where we're at right now.
Nathan?
First, just kind of touched on it, you've mentioned it a handful of times, but now to be in March and your team's 2 performances are what they did in Alabama, and then this game closing out like they did against Tennessee, I guess. Not that you haven't had confidence in this game, but how much confidence does that give you about these guys going to the tournament?
One of the things I told our guys is before the game is they should be confident. I asked them, I said, you guys feel prepared? And they answered, yeah. I said, well, then you should be confident. We can go to play the number 1 seed, overall seed, maybe, maybe not, or certainly 1 seed in Alabama, and I'll play them for a lot of part of the game. Should give you confidence. I don't think it's so much our confidence as it's just a little joy, a little celebration, a little happiness. I think they've just been. It's one thing for an old coach to grind. Old people know how to grind. Kids don't know how to grind. Think about kids. Think about your kids. Think about young. They don't grind. I don't necessarily grind like my grandfather did. My grandfather knew how to grind. These kids have been pretty good grinding now.
Bruce, second half, y'all averaged almost 1.5 points per possession on the best defense in the country. What was the difference in the second half for y'all? You only turned it over twice, too. Just how to run so clean, I guess.
Well, I think the one area that Tennessee will point to where they miss Ziegler the most will be on the defensive end. His speed, his quickness, his ball pressure, his ability to make plays. I think that'll be one thing. I thought that we did the things that we needed to do against their size with some of their switching. They switched some of our ball screen stuff. We rolled Janai and Jalen down in there. We got them some deep touches. It made some of the stuff that we did just made sense. We had to also anticipate how Tennessee would guard being really big, and we were able to get some good action.
Mark.
How big a deal was it for you guys to have success on fast breaks? I think you were 15-0.
Well, some of that probably came from our defense, turning some of our defense in offense. It was good. It was good. When you play against a team that is the number one defense, you might want to think about scoring before they get back.
Yeah, Bruce. I'm trying to answer this, but all the close games you played, the big win today, and the defeats also, how much do you think that helps you going into tournament play?
I don't know that it helps us that much. I think the only lesson would simply be, for me, is they didn't score a field goal in the last 6 minutes. Everybody wants to focus on the last shot we scored enough at West Virginia or at Alabama. We didn't score enough at Tennessee, but a lot of places to win the games. We just didn't get stops. That's it, period. You want to win? Get stops.
Wendell was really big throughout, especially at the end. Hitting his free throws at N1. He was just in here talking about how, despite missing that Alabama shot, he was still confident. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I told him to be aggressive, and don't necessarily change. Keep aggressive before the game. At the same time, Wendell understands what I'm talking about what affects winning: attitude, effort, energy, and doing it on both ends of the floor. So I'm glad he was able to recover and play as well as he did.
Bruce, there was a point where Tennessee had a pretty big advantage on the glass, and I think you guys got a good percentage of them down the stretch. What did you say? You talked about how important rebounding would be in this game. What did you see down the stretch?
Well, they can dominate you, and get a great energy. And I thought our guys physically hung in there, against a really physical team. So it was good to see, Yo out there. He was physical, flying around in front of the post. And, again, the bench, they don't show as much, didn't show as much in the stat sheet in this game. But it was a great team effort. And it was an important win for us. We played the toughest schedule in the league, having to play Tennessee, Alabama, and A&M twice, and at Kentucky. So, and then probably even, where's Vandy seated? 5 at Vandy.
Mike.
Coach, you talked about being able to keep Tennessee off the board down the stretch, but you've also found scoring down the stretch. 4 players in double figures. How do you keep that going into the SEC tournament and keep the offensive momentum going if you guys found?
You know what? Every matchup's different. So we'll look at whoever we're playing, and we'll see what their strengths are, and we'll go at their weaknesses based on our personnel. So a good offensive performance, doesn't necessarily translate into the next game because everybody's so different. Everyone's so different. I mean, it'll give our guys a little bit of confidence and feel good. They should feel good about their looks and making shots. And, with the fact that we made 12 threes at Alabama, 8 threes, the fact that our assist turnover ratio, 18-6 in this game, huge. And this team has been one of the best at taking care of the ball that I've had. I've had some pretty good teams. This is one of the best at taking care of the basketball, valuing possessions.
2 questions left. Mark Murphy.
Bruce, can you talk about the energy from the players and from the fans really today, senior day?
If we didn't win the game, it'd have been pretty deflating and exhausting. And certainly, I think about our fans and I think about our students. How many students hung around and didn't go on spring break until tonight? You guys, Godspeed. Put a hedge of protection out over you as you travel on spring break. All of our students. That doesn't happen everywhere. I am truly grateful. And then, having lost the last 5 Saturdays, I think, you easily, with Tennessee coming in, easily could have been a great, it's gorgeous outside right now. Easily could have had not a very good turnout. Place was full. Place was loud. I thought today was as loud as I've heard it. And so, we are so grateful. And our fans got rewarded. That was the number 12th ranked team in the country. That's 3 years in a row now we beat number 12. We beat Missouri during a COVID year. Sharif Cooper's group. And then last year, I think, who came in 12? Kentucky came in 12. And now Tennessee.
Last question for
Bruce, you mentioned it in your opening segment with Zep, in the game where Vescovi was shooting so well, and he had some real size mismatches at times. To play the defense he did, how crucial was it, especially down the stretch?
Whether the combination of having Zep out there and putting him on Vescovi, and then the confidence in Wendell Green to not get physically mismatched against Julian Phillips. He fronted him, had a turnover. He's given up almost a foot. But that was a decision that we made because we knew Wendell would do what he had to do, and I wanted Zep on Vescovi, our best perimeter defender.
Thank you, Coach.